Okay. Hello and welcome to the EDC Weekend Cup Round 6, Donington National Race 2. The drivers are just finishing off the practice session, just to get them some heads up on the track before the main event. So we'll be reversing the grid from the race result from yesterday. So the qualifying session that will follow, we'll see Jay on pole, Ashhead second, number one. Magaz, who's not here tonight, so it will be Hands on in fourth, Jiffers fifth, Winky's not here, Kimpster's, so Kimpster will move up, then Zulu and Thomas, Morsey, Rico and Nomis will be last. We would need a return of Cougar. He will be starting from the back, having no time to set. The laps will be 44 laps, and we'll have rain at the start with light rain, followed by medium cloud, light cloud, and then medium cloud again. Looking forward to an exciting race this evening. Again, the mandatory pit stop will be invoked. So the initial rain start should make for an interesting start to the race. Just waiting for this practice session to finish, and then we'll get into the main event, which is the qualifying session. And the 44 lap race. We have a Nomis fan. Okay, so we now have the qualifying session. Again, this is a reversed grid. So I will let you know the reverse grid. So it will be Jay on pole, then Ashhead will be second, Hands third, Jiffers will be fourth, and then sixth will be Kimpster, seventh Zulu, Thomas eighth, then Morsey, Rico and Nomis. So 44 lap race, with the first stop will be rain, medium cloud, light cloud, medium cloud. So it will be there will be a mandatory stop in this race, and everyone must change tyres. If they do not change tyres, then it will be a time penalty of 24 seconds added onto their finishing time, onto their finishing position. So if someone's 24 seconds in behind them, then they will move up. So we'll just go over the standings at the moment after race 1 from yesterday. So sitting in first place is Morsey with 76 points, Kempstar 65 points in second, then Sulu 61 points in third, Nomis has 46 points in fourth, Hans is in fifth with 48 points, Jiffers has 38 points in sixth, then comes Ashhead with 35 points. 8th is Nacleto, 33 points. Winky has 31 points in 9th. Rico 28 points in 10th. Cougar has 26 points in 11th. Jay has 22 points in 12th. Magaz 13th, 18th with 18 points. 14th is Reeve John with 16 points, and Thomas is well at the par at the moment, 15th with 13 points. They should start. They should be stationary at some point. So, and then it's a little bit of a race battle going on. The race next week will be coming from Hockenheim Short. Be interesting to see that, seeing how it goes around here. It's that a lot more small than this track. The drivers are now going to stop for a little bit to. There's Rico there, gives Nomis a little bit of a friendly bump. A little bit of play fighting going on between the drivers, setting their times. So Cougar's just doing some practice laps, so we'll go in car with him as he goes round. He's just got to invalidate his laps, he's not allowed to set a time, so you can't hear what the drivers are saying. Alright, 4 minutes left of this session. Well, hopefully we'll have a nice clean start. Of course, there's no restarts in this championship. It's a reverse grid. What is Jiffers doing? It's a good thing that damage doesn't carry over. Well, it's going off a reverse grid off the finishing line. That's why he's in second place. I will have to review it for the. I will review it for the next race. Right. The professionalism of the EDC. Professionalism of the racers demonstrated here as they seem to decide to turn it into a destruction derby in the little Janettas. Well, I don't think it does, but it does look good. So it's number 20 here is going to try and demonstrate his ability to destroy his own car. They left the carnage all over the track. Yes, that doesn't demonstrate professionalism of the EDC. You know what does, eh? The NHS position. I'll review the DNF rule. The last 30 seconds of this race, and we wish all the drivers good luck. Cougar's trying to do some Scandinavian flicks. We shall have a car on the track, so the countdown will continue. Yeah, the Destruction Derby. I think it was probably much more exciting than in the race upcoming. Hopefully, it's not another Destruction Derby on here. Well, rather, we shouldn't really name it the Destruction Derby. We'll just call it the Winky Jiffers Derby. Unfortunately, we'll now have to wait for the countdown while we. Yeah, I thought you would. It's a good thing you can't hear what they're singing. Be nice. It's not going to be nice not hearing my own voice echoing thanks to Wink having the voice turned up. Okay, so it's So we wish all the drivers best of luck in the upcoming race. Hopefully there's no destruction derby and antics. So this is your starting grid. Wish everyone good luck as we now go to the 2-minute countdown. Everyone sets their cars up. So next week again, I'll repeat that we will be at the Hockenheim short track, and that will be Friday 9 o'clock for race 1, and race 2 will be Saturday 9 o'clock. And then we'll do then the last race of this series will be in 2 weeks. It will be in 2 weeks' time, and then we'll switch over to the next car, which will be the little Renault Clio, the slowest of the touring cars, and tuning will be re-established for that because the little Clio does need tuning, because its rear tyres tend to get a bit cold and tends to spin. So here we go for race 2 from Donington. And when they are underway, we have a slow starter there in Ashed as Jiffers seems to have made the jump. So he moves up here now. So a really good start from Jiffers as he takes the lead. Into the second moves Ashed. Behind him is Kimster, followed by Sulu and Hans. There's no incidences, looks like, from on the start grid. So everyone got away cleanly. All jostling for position now. Jiffers looks to make an escape here. Oh, look at here in the mid-pack. Having car with Sulu here for a little bit of the they're all slipping and sliding on the wet surface. Trying to find some grip on the little one in this car as it looks like Cougar trying to force his way past Sulu as he has. I'll go back up to the front of the grid. It's still. It looks like Kimster has taken the lead from Jiffers. He's got Cougar looking to make a move on Jay here. Into the pits comes Thomas. Have to make sure that he changes all his tyres this time round. I think he might have just changed his front tyres. We'll go back into the race now. I think the thing as Cougar's forcing his way past Jay there. Rico is wisely easing off here as these two are battling out. As Rico gets past both Cougar and now Sulu looks to attack Jay here for 9th place. Back up at the front, so it's like Kimster's starting to get a little bit of a gap here on Jiffers in 2nd place. So Morsey's flying. He's got some pressure from Hans. So Morsey's applying pressure on Hans here for 4th place. Look to the outside here. It's going to be a quite difficult overtake if he manages to pull this off. Sulu has gone into the pit lane for his mandatory stop. Morsey is again looking for an opportunity here. As Lomas has caught up with these, caught up with the two of them. So is Morsey going to attempt to make a pass here on Starkish Straight into the chicane. It's going to be calm on. It's going to be quite difficult onto the brakes here. No, he doesn't have an opportunity yet. So we'll stay with this battle here for 4th place. Morsey he's making that little Janetta look massive in the back of Hans. He's got it all over him. Going car here as he goes through the Craner curves into the old hairpin. Again, is he going to have an opportunity here? It looks like he's going to go side by side with him, and it looks like he's going to take the position. And they are side by side, and it looks like Morsey has got past and has made it stick, so he has moved into 3rd place. As Nomis has lost control. It looks as though Ashet had made a mistake, and that's how comes it's giving Morsey an advantage. So it's a battle here for 3rd place. Morsey's looking to attack now on Jiffers for 2nd place, and he's got it done. It's into 2nd. Now goes Morsey. Well, Asher take advantage here of some of what seems to be some difficulty for Jiffers. So we go back. As Nomis is now under pressure has some pressure now from Hans, as he needs to start to make some ground back after going off the track. Yeah, we do know how big his head is. But he's got some pressure here from Hans. Rico seems to have got a little bit of a gap on him now. We're joining this battle now for 2nd place, as it looks as though Ashed has got in. It's now all over the back of Morsey here. Sorry, no, it's the way around. I apologise. So Ashed has got past Morsey. We go back to this battle for. Mr. Nomis is now going to start to grind out the laps to catch up with Rico, who's now he's now caught up himself with Jiffers. As it looks as though Ashed is now starting to get away from Morsey. Cougar is now caught up with Hans. So here's Rico now challenging for 4th place from Jiffers. About 2-second gap between him and Nomis back in 6th place. It's just the battle for 2nd. As Kimsters now has a 5-second lead on Ashhead, as these two seem to be slowing each other down. That's Rico looking to go into the chicane on Jiffers, see if this is the battle for 4th. He's lost some ground on him. He has now fallen. Nomis takes some time off Rico there as he's closing in. Go back to this battle for 2nd place between Morsey and Ashhead. So there's no doing here. The rain looks like it's starting to ease up a bit. So it's Rico all over the back of Jiffers now. And this battle for 4th, and looks like Nomis has joined in this little fight. Rico looks to go on the outside. It's now falling into, as now Nomis is going to look to see if he can get past both these two. And it looks like Rico's got it done as he goes past Jiffers, but Jiffers will look to get the slipstream down to the chicane. As Nomis has also got the slipstream off the two of them, but he can't get it done. As Jiffers makes a mistake, and Nomis moves easily into 5th place. So while we were watching that battle, it looks like Morsey did get past Ashhead, as he's now looking to chase down. Keeps her in the lead, as Ashhead's now come under pressure himself from Rico. This is the battle. A little bit of lag there from Ashhead. We just saw. It looked like he transported his car, but Rico's managed to get past him. So now it looks like Nomis is going to attack Ashhead now for 4th place. So we go inside on this pass as Nomis gets it done and moves into 4th place. Good move there from Nomis. So he's now going to so it was as you were yesterday. Morsey has come into the pit lane for his mandatory stop, so we have 3 people have now stopped for their mandatories. And go back to this battle developing for 3rd place between Nomis, Ashhead, Jiffers and Cougar has also now joined in this fight. As Hans also comes in for his stop. As the rain is starting to ease up now. So still out in the lead is Kimster. Comfortable 8 seconds lead on Rico. So we now have this battle developing for 3rd place. Nomis doesn't seem to be, is now starting to ease away from Ashhead, but Ashhead does have pressure coming in the form of Cougar behind him. don't think Cougar will have the opportunity to make an attack here at the... No, he doesn't, he's too far away. So Sulu's come onto the end of Hands after he's exited the pit lane. Now Nomis is, as the track's starting to dry now, the lap times will start to drop a little bit. This will be a good opportunity now to close these gaps. Now it looks like Cougar's all over the back of Ashhead. He looks to go on the inside. Now on the outside of Ashhead. Into McLean's on the inside, and Cougar gets it, moves up into 4th place. Thomas has gone to the end of, has caught up with Jay in front of him, still circulating. So we'll go back to this battle for 2nd place between Rico and Nomis. See, these times will start to drop. So now Ashhead was did start really well in this race. Has slowly started to fall back. He's now got some pressure from Jiffers. And this is for 5th place. You see a little bit of lag there from Ashhead. Hopefully that's not affecting the stream. Now Jibbers, who's a fair weather driver, will be quite happy to see this dry weather. As we now, it looks like Nomis is now into the slipstream of Cougar down the Starkey Straight. Try not to get any penalties. There was a lot of penalties last night. In one, I drive through for Winky. He's not close enough to challenge for 2nd. Those red dots are penalties that people are getting. We'll have a check and see what they are when if there's any gaps that start to widen. So Ashhead looks like he has got away from Jiffers now. Go back to this developing battle for 2nd place. See the track here starting to dry. There's a line starting, some going between wet and dry. Onto Starkey Straight. He's not much close enough to make an attempt down here at the chicane at the S's. Again, he's not close enough to have any threat for Rico. As they're now both doing 27s, whereas our race leader is currently doing 132s. He's still in wet mode. So through the fast left-hander at Starkey's Bridge. Braking now down into the old hairpin and powering up. Towards McLean's. This is again getting closer and closer as we go back to this. As it looks as though Morsey, who had won 3 successive races, is now on the. He's going to make a clean pass around Jay, and he'll now move up into 9th place. Track is still damp down in that chicane section, but it's not affecting the lap times that much. So will this be the opportunity now that Nomis needs to get second, as Rico goes a bit wide into the first corner. Through the crane of curves, and it looks like a penalty for it, as though Rico had a penalty, so comfortably into 2nd place moves Nomis, as you now look to and into 2nd place, into second place goes Nomis. And now he'll start to see if he'll see if he can close down Kimster. Here is our race leader. Kimster still leads this race, but he's going to have to start put his foot down. As into the pits comes Rico for his mandatory stop. Cougar moves into 3rd place. Ashford moves up into 4th. As though Rico is having some issues with the tyre change. So currently on the lap times, Nomis is the fastest on track. It will be only a matter of time before he catches up with Kimster, as he is over a second faster than him. So we see, look, there's some puddles have formed in that chicane section. As Hans is caught up with Sulu. Looks like there's a puddle there, as he looked like Hans lost a bit of control there. That times will start tumbling now. This track gets more and more dry, but there will be remnants of the rain in the corners, so the drivers will have to be careful not to hit a puddle, as it will make them fall off the track. As Rico comes in again for another stop, this time this will be to change tyres. So Morsey will take full advantage of this, as he now moves into 7th place, as he's looking to try to pull in Thomas. Sulu's now has some pressure. Has some pressure from Hans as he has clawed some time here as he now goes into the first corner. And she's not going to get past Sulu. Sulu will not make it easy. As Thomas now drops into the 126s. He's on his mission to try and get into first place, a position he's normally quite comfortable in. His nearest rival, Morley, he's down in 7th after his stop. And he's lapping quicker than the race leader, but now Hans. Pulled out to the left here. He's not going to. He's going to try and get the slipstream to watch out for the braking point in this, in the very damp S's. While there was a battle going on there, we have looks like we're going to have a battle here for the lead. Numps is onto the back of Kimster. Kimster was leading this race for quite some time. It's now going to come. These two have a rivalry similar to that of Vettel and Hamilton. As he attacks Kipster for the race lead through the old hairpin up through. It's an opportunity to drive past here at Starkey's Grid if he goes on the outside. Now into McLean's. Will Kipster still hold it? She will now, and this is now into Coppice. Now he's really on the bumper of Kimster here. We'll now get the drag down through Starkey's straight. He doesn't want to go wide here into that puddle riddled S's chicane. You can see it flicking off the back of Kimster's car onto the windscreen of Emerson. Now onto Whitcroft straight. To regroup now. He's still got plenty of laps to get past, and also they do have the looks as though and not miss goes wide out out the old hairpin. So these two are still battling here for what is for last position at the moment. Deep into the corner goes Hans. So Ashford still in third place. This is good for him. He started second on the grid, on the reverse grid. Got a bit of luck because of it. It will be reviewed, of course, DNFs. Really shouldn't put him in second place. He should have actually started at the back. I made a mistake there. He's taking full advantage of it, holding his third place. Obviously getting closing in on Kimster. As Rico's now going to a and there was a little bit of contact there between Rico and Jay. Rico makes it stick. Jiffers is now caught up with Ashed. Ashed must have either had a penalty or gone wide. Although he did start well, he's recovered a little bit in the mid part of this race. We have 24 laps left. We'll leave this battle for third place. We'll go back to the battle for first. So it looks though as Nomis has caught back up with Kimster, not in a position to challenge. So this is the battle for third place between these two. A little bit of lag there from Ashed, and Jiffers loses control in the old hairpin, so you have to regroup and make his challenge again. Now the battle for the race lead. These two of course will have to pit. Thomas, I believe, hasn't made a tyre change as Jay comes into the pits. Is Nomis close enough to take the lead here? He is again back into the 26s. Go back on board, see if he can make his move. So yeah, now into McLean. I'm hearing Jiffers has got a drive through, so he'll have to take that before he takes his mandatory stop. So now down through Starkey Straight has Nomis got Nomis has not got the it looks as though Jiffers has left the race rather than take his penalties. Yeah, he has left the race, so we'll keep on with this battle now between Nomis and Kimster for the race lead. Into the old hairpin, a little bit of late braking there from Kimster. He looks desperate to hold on to this race lead. And these two have had their rivalry in the midweek race. Thomas is not going to get any opportunities to pass on this lap. It's a lap as a back marker moves out of the way of these two. See that little puddle, that don't want to get caught on that. You will lose control of the car if you go out into that. Still Kimster holds on to this race lead. And he's got a penalty, so he's released. He's been released. He is now released. He now has released. Nomis now. But Kimster will look to get back onto him. It's as though he had a penalty, and that's why why there was really no battle. So wow. So Nomis is now our race leader from Kimster. Got plenty of time ahead of Ashhead in third place. Seem to be finding some background information on Nomis. We always wondered if he was an EastEnders fan. Nomis now has clear air, and he will start to edge away as he is still lapping faster than Kimster. He will try to build as big a lead as possible. He does have to cut off the people that have stopped. So Nomis does like Emmerdale, Corey and EastEnders. So some interesting information on our soap watching fan net. So we'll have a little bit of out here developing for what would be 6th place between Cougar and Morsey. Fifth place is, don't know, so they get as Morsey, who was did come into this race on the back of 3 race victories that he had. He was more at home on Alton Park Island. He doesn't seem to, as it looks as though Cougar's turned off his lights. It's just a temporary turn off by the looks of it. As Asher goes wide. Thomas is starting to build up a lead. I don't watch soaps. So I lost my train of thought there. Thomas is now on the... Zasha comes into the pits, so there's no battle there developing between those two. Still have some questions whether Thomas changed tyres. He was in the pits for a little while, so I think he might have only changed his front tyres. That still does count as a tyre change if he did do it. So in the pit, he will lose track position to Cougar. As he says, like he's got a battery failure in the pit lane, so he's lose track position here. So will Sulu come round here? Will Asher go in front of Sulu? Don't think he will. Asher is still stationary in the pits. As that battery failure has ruined his race. So Asher, who had a battery failure, that looks as though that has cost him. Hopefully he keeps going. Nomis is coming up to, I think that's Jay in front of him. And it's trying to find out who that is in front of him. I think that's actually Sulu that's in front of Nomis. So you'll try to get him to one side. Does not want to go into the to that puddle. So it's still Nomis who leads into, as we now go into the last stretch of this race, 14 laps, so 15 laps remaining. So it is Nomis from Kimster, from Thomas, from Morsey. So it's like Morsey's got a penalty and he's slowing down. So that will give Cougar a chance to... As Cougar has turned off his lights. Which in endurance racing would be a penalty. Unfortunately, I have no way to tell him to turn his lights back on. I wish there was a system in which I could flash something up like a real race director. Let's just say, turn your lights back on. He's driving around with no lights. Hopefully he doesn't cause an accident. So his Nomis still leads. He completes lap 30 of 44, holding a 3.5 second lead on Kimster. He's nearly breaking into the 25s there. That's impressive pace that he's got in that car. We might don't know if that was a little bit of aid from Sulu. He was in front of him for most of the lap. I have to review whether it's hard to call whether Thomas actually changed all 4 tyres. He was in the pits for a little bit of time. Just changing the front tyres or the rear tyres. But I'll have to have to discuss it. So Morsey is in 4th place at the moment. Might inherit a podium spot again as he did last night. He's doing better at the same times as Thomas in front of him. So Kimster is now into the pit lane. Let's see whereabouts Thomas is on the map. He comes around to the Essie chicane. And into 2nd place he goes. Take advantage here of Kimster's stop. Kimster's now exiting the pit lane, and Morsey has caught up with him. So we could be seeing a little battle here develop for 3rd place, as Cougar has also clawed his way back onto the rear of Cougar still hasn't turned his lights back on. The only one of our front runners left to come in is Nomis, still doing impressive lap times. The gaps seem to be quite widening now. So we now have to see when Nomis will pull the trigger on his pit stop with 12 laps remaining. He has about near 30-second lead on Thomas in 2nd place. Thomas, who came in lap 1, some questions whether he did change his tyres. I don't know if he did. So you see a little, as now both Aussie and Cougar have turned their lights off. It's not really light removal, not light turn off weather. So this is how Cougar is going to start going to challenge Cougar. Of course, he didn't change. He didn't change his tyres. We're going to have an opportunity here. So we have a few cars still. The gaps are a bit too wide now for anything of merit to be happening. Just this battle for this battle developing for third place, for fourth. We'll have a look at the penalties that people have got. One where there's a lull in the race as we near towards 10 laps left. So we have a 3-second penalty for Thomas. Thomas has a 3-second penalty, but it will be increased to 24 seconds. Kimster in third has 2 seconds. Morsey has 8 seconds again. He's 2 seconds away from a drive-through, so he needs to be careful. Cougar has a 1-second penalty. Rico has a 1-second penalty. Sulu 1 second. Hans 7. Only Ashhead is the only person on track who has no penalties at the moment. So as you get the clean driver award. So it looks as though Morsey has caught up with Kimster. This is the battle for third place as Nomis comes into the pit lane for his mandatory stop. See whereabouts Thomas is on the map. So he's just coming down now into the Essie chicane onto Wheatcroft, onto the Wheatcroft straight. He will take the race lead. See whereabouts Kimster is. He's now exiting. He's onto Wheatcroft. He's got some pressure he's got some pressure from Morsey as he moves across to cut him off, but Morsey will look into the inside. So Morsey now is on the really on this. You could probably smell what the what comes out for dinner, and as he's that close into the old hairpin. Cougar lurking right behind them. Cougar, of course, will also suffer from a time penalisation for not changing his tyres. Morsey's really gonna make that little Janetta look huge. To make it look like a looks into the S's. No dice yet for Morsey here. All three of these cars are now neck and neck. Once again looking from that inside inside that red gate. It's not going to happen there, as he's now going to go on board now with Morsey into the old hairpin. He's going to make a move here at Starkey's Bridge on the outside, so leave him exposed into McLean's. As he gets it done through McLean's, but will Kimster make a move back on him at Coppice? No, he doesn't. So Morsey comfortably moves into second place. It would be effectively second place because of the time penalty that will be invoked on Thomas. So Morsey into second. Kimster's coming back at him. The last few laps of this race now. So there will be 24 times time penalties invoked on Thomas and Cougar. So Cougar will fall behind. He'll drop behind. I will have to work it all out in the end. I'll have to review it, but yeah, definitely Thomas is not going to take the race win here for not changing his tyres. It sounds as though Morsey has got a penalty, so that will bring. So we have got confirmed that Morsey has a drive through, so this has now ruined his race. As he now take that, so Morsey will lose. This is good news for Rico, but he's only a short pit lane here. We see you exit. Rico there in the background. Go back onto the track. So Rico will now have an opportunity to challenge Morsey. So Nomis will effectively be taking the race win here. Be quite happy with second place. I think you probably wish he had wished for more. So all the times will be worked out after the race. He won't be able to announce the official result until next week, next week's stream, but I will confirm it all. Drivers will of course know. If you join us on the EDC Facebook page, you'll be the official result will be posted on there. So Cougar has got a penalty as well. No, not Cougar, Rico. Rico suffered a time penalty. Penalties on this game are a bit harsh, I do have to admit, but it's the same for everybody. I'm sure Normus would like to get this done on the track. Cougar on the back of Kimster, but he's of course going to suffer a time penalty as he takes a chunk out of McLean's there. For Coppers, as he's going to slow down now, and that will alleviate the pressure on Kimster. So Ashford has had some issues. I think he might have hit the puddle at the S's, and he is now retired from the race. So that will now effectively mean that Ashford has finished in 10th place. I think he might have hit the puddle that cost and lost control of the car there. So 4 laps remaining. Thomas is in the lead. Seems as though our comment session has calmed down a bit. She's lapping 1 second faster than Thomas at the moment. She's half his lead. You can see Thomas there in the background. He's looking to come up on, he's come up on Jay, it looks like. Jay will try to get out of Thomas's way. I should try and get past him without getting any damage. They're lapping about the same times there. So 3 laps remaining of this race. Will be the race winner. That I will officially can say. So with 24 seconds it will mean that Thomas will drop down. He will be in 3rd place. Unless Morsey can close the gap. Seem unfair, but we'll watch out. It's a 24-second pit stop. So 2 laps remaining of this race. So of course, if Cougar does go into the pit to change his tyres, he will be. Seems as though the weather system has reverted back. So we look like we've got some spots of rain now appearing on the camera lens. No, I definitely don't think he did, Winky. I have to discuss it, but yeah, I think 24 second penalty for him will mean that he'll finish 4th place. Well, yeah, he'll finish in 3rd place. So if we put him a 24-second penalty, he'll finish in 3rd place. So that's kind of like rewarding him. I'm gonna have to yeah, I did put in a post that I did ask for you to change all 4 tyres, but the problem is he's German, so I'll have to put the post in German. But yeah, I'm gonna have to invoke. I have to do something because he's not complying with the spirit of the race. So as we come around now to start the last lap of the race, But Cougar's come in and changed his, done his pit stop, so Cougar will be perfectly fine. He won't be a penalty, but Thomas is going to take the race win here. But I don't think it's remotely fair that he will take the race win. I don't know, someone. Well, I was watching it, so he briefly stopped. So if he did stop, then I think he's only changed 2 tyres. I don't think he changed all 4. The problem with the camera angle is that I'll have to go in car, and it's impossible to watch it back and see where if he did. But it's definitely, if he did stop, he was stationary, and I think he did change 2 tyres. But that's still not in the spirit of the race. He does need to change all 4. So the race win will definitely be Nomis's, and so Nomis takes the race win. He will. So congratulations to him. It's now back-to-back wins. Kimster will be in 2nd place. So congratulations. So congratulations to Nomis for taking the race win. So congratulations to Nomis for taking the race win. So thank you very much for joining us. Next week we'll be at the So next week will be from the Hockenheim Ring National, so Hockenheim Ring short track next week. That will be live from. Yeah, so we'll be live next week from 9 o'clock. So if you want to join us there from. And we'll also have a live race on race 2 will be live from 9 o'clock on Saturday evening. Yeah, I do know he didn't change his tyres again. So thank you everyone for watching, and also thank you for everyone who's commented, and also thank you for letting us know that Nomis is a soap fan. So we'll be reviewing the official timing. So even with a time penalty that we invoke on Thomas, he would still have 3rd place. So I don't think that'll be fair on people. But Morty did get a drive through, so we'll have to We'll have to review it, of course. But thank you very much, everyone, for watching, and we'll see you next week.